Well, kid, hope you make yourself at home, Yami says, walking out of Finwell's portal. Welcome to the lowest of the low. Let's see if you'll keep true to your word. If I don't, I'll turn to stone. Captain, don't say it like that, you runt. Before I enter the Black Bull's base, and all of them immediately have to dodge a bolt of lightning. You'll have to try better than that, loser! What'd you call me, you little punk? I swear I'll fillet you, then feed you to the mana beast. Can't really do that if you keep missing me now, can you? Why you? Reminds me of someone. Yami, Finwell, and Gordon think as they remember Asta and Yuno's bickering. Yami is about to smash the wall to tell them to stop messing around, but then Asta flares his mana, which causes everybody inside to widen their eyes and go to the source. Luck, Magna, Vanessa, Tommy, Ghost, and Gray all appear in front of Asta with their grimoires out, thinking that he's a threat. Well, that's gonna be pretty useful, kid. That's even better than what I do it, so thanks. Well, it's definitely because of my amount of mana, Captain, but don't worry, I'll keep it under control. He turns to the other bulls. Great to meet you. I'm Asta, your Kohai, so please take care of me. He finishes with a bow which surprises all of the bulls. Oh wow, another noble. They can't keep their hands off of us, Vanessa says. Oh, I'm not a noble. The bull's eyes widen as they look him over. Golden armor, Luck says. Dark blue long coat, Magna adds on. White cloak, Ghost says. Special headband, Vanessa inspects. Pretty face, Tommy twirls. Yep, still not a noble. At that point, the bulls explode and introduce themselves in their own way, to which Asta smiles at. Okay, you may look pretty cool for a commoner, but you're not an official. I won't be an official Black Bull until you put me through the baptism, which is where you fight me. Alright, I'm fine with that. It seems pretty fun. Asta turns around and walks out casually as everybody else is stunned into silence. He totally just read your mind? Yeah, I did. Don't worry, I won't do it during the fight. I'll tell you later after I win though. Asta yells over, finishing Magna's thoughts once again. Oh, you think you'll win, huh? I'll show you a thing called humbleness, you brat! The bulls head outside to watch the fight take place. Are you ready? I'm always ready, senpai. Magna's grimoire glows as he forms fireballs in his hand and sends them straight at Asta, who gracefully weaves out the way. Is that the best you got? Gritting his teeth, Magna shoots out more fireballs, bigger and faster, but all of them just miss Asta completely because of him, well, getting out of the way. Okay, guess I'll have to go all out then. Magna then forms a massive fireball the size of a watermelon and then takes a pitcher stance. Fire magic! Exploding scatter shot! He throws the fireball as it explodes into hundreds of mini fireballs, heading at Asta from all sides. Curse magic, Inferno Hellblaze. Asta says calmly as the fireballs suddenly stop in front of him and turn black as night with a purple core as they start to go towards Magna himself. What the hell? Magna closes his eyes in fear of impact, but it never comes. He slowly opens his eyes to see the black flames 10 feet in front of him. So hot from that far away, everyone thinks. I think it's safe to say that I won, Asta says, walking up to Magna and dispersing the fire. That was awesome! Magna yells, putting Asta in a noogie. The bulls rush over, congratulating him in their own ways. So, you're gonna tell us how you read Magna's mind earlier? Luck asks. How are you able to dodge on my fireball so easily? Magna says. And how'd you make them into your own spells? Vanessa wonders. A nervous sweat runs down Asta's face as a sudden strong wind picks up and forces everyone to close their eyes. When it calms down, Asta is forming out of the wind in front of them. One at a time, guys, please. He raises one hand. One at a time, guys, please. Reading too fast. He raises one finger and says, the way I read your mind was thanks to a spell of mine called Curse Magic, Patience Commandment, Magical Eye. It passively determines anyone's strength by putting it into a power level. A commoner's power level would be around 500, while your average noble would be about 1000. When I focus, I'm able to read people's minds freely. It does hurt a bit, and the stronger the person, the harder it is for me to do it. I don't really like using it because I want to really be in the moment when it comes to fighting, and it feels too invasive to casually be reading minds. So unless it's for comedic effect or for extremely serious situations, you don't have to worry about me doing that. He puts a second finger up and continues. I turn Magna Senpai's fire into my own by casting my Infernal Hellblade spell, which allows me to turn any and, as far as I'm aware, all flames into pitch black fire with purple mana in its center. He finally puts a third finger up and finishes. And finally, I've just been training my body from a young age, so it's quite easy for me to perform impressive physical feats. Ah, the bulls say in amazement. Just one more question, Gray asks, transforming into Asta. What is your magic? Yeah, you've sown fire and foamed yourself with wind, but I could also sense a bit of darkness from your Inferno spell, Luck explains. Asta looks over to Yami with a smirk, to which Yami gains one of his own and nods his head. Asta's smirk goes into a grin as he explodes with mana, and they all feel what they felt that day 6 months ago. The symbols on Asta's gauntlets and headband respectively start to shine purple and yellow light. From the pieces of clothing come a total of 14 grimoires that circle around Asta. I've been chosen by mana, so my magic is both blessed with grace and cursed by commandments. The grimoires retract into the clothing as Asta stops brimming with mana. So you were... Yep, pleasure to be here, truly. He answers Luck's question before he fully asks it. At least it hasn't gone to your head yet, Yami says, picking him up by the skull. Stop that, Captain! Well, I guess you're now officially a Black Bull, Vanessa exclaims as he uses her magic and adds a Black Bull's robe over Asta's blue coat, and his headband becomes black as the symbol appears in the middle of the 4 symbols. And so by the symbol, I mean like the sigil of the Black Bull, so that's like now in the middle of his headband. To the left of that is like a symbol for a tornado and an ocean, and to the right of that, and to the right of the Black Bull sigil is a symbol of a sun and a symbol of light. You know, for the graces. Asta gets settled in and goes to his room, which he's really excited about. The next day, Magna gives a tour of the base and ends off in the lair of the Mana Beast. So, you mean to tell me that Captain just keeps beasts in the base? Yeah, pretty much. He likes them as pets. That makes a lot of sense. As he gets closer to them, his gauntlets begin to glow as he starts to resonate with the beast, who quiet down while he's walking. Sit. They sit immediately with their hands lowered. Stand. They stand on their hind legs with sweat dripping down their faces. Now, do a little dance. They get confused as they look at the dancing Asta. They swear can start dancing themselves. Magna is bewildered at the sight. What are you doing? How are you doing that? Oh, I have no idea, man. When I got closer, I felt like I connected with them somehow, and then they just took my commands. Might be something to do with my glowing gauntlets, but who cares? Just dance, man. To what music? Blessed magic, angelic voice. Clouds form above them as angels made of light descend down. Wow, Magna says in awe. Turn us up! And as Asta commanded, the angels put on sunglasses as a DJ's table forms from nowhere and they start to play club music. Magna starts to dance to it as the Mana Beast starts to smile and chant in excitement. What are you fools doing? There's a record scratch as everyone turns to see Noel entering the room. Oh, right. I forgot to introduce you two. Asta, this is Noel, our other new recruit. And Noel, this is Asta, our other new recruit. Asta gets excited at this and goes up to her. Nice to meet you. I didn't know someone joined at the same time as me. Can't wait to work with you. He sticks out his hand and has a bright smile on his face. So pretty, Noel thinks to herself, as a small blush forms on her face. She shakes her head and regains her composure as he smacks his hand away. I don't know who you think you are, but a commoner like you doesn't deserve to even be around a noble of the Silver family like me, let alone shake my hand. Asta's smile fades as he gains a disappointed look. Oh, you're one of those. I shouldn't be all that surprised, since you're everywhere nowadays, but I always like to assume the best of people, you know? I guess it's a bad habit of mine. He turns to Magna. Is that all with the tour, or is there anything else? Ah, I get it, Magna thinks. Oh yeah, there's a little bit more you haven't seen. Come on, I'll show you. The two start to walk away, leaving a flustered Noel. Hey! Don't just leave! Asta turns around and looks at Noel with disgust. You want us to stay here and worship you? Because of the family you were born in? How great can you be if you're here with the rest of us? I heard these guys are the worst of the worst, and I chose to be here because I saw potential in them. All I'm seeing from you is pitiful arrogance. You're far worse than I first thought. Noelle brings her head down slightly as she bites back tears. I'll show you your place, you peasants! She screams as he forms a water ball towards them. Hey, what are you? Don't worry, senpai. She'll miss. The water shoots out and goes toward the two of them, but curves to hit the mana beast, who roar in anger. I guess you aren't good enough for your own family, huh? Asta says impassively. With tears swelling in her eyes, Noelle whips off her robe and runs out. Hey, I know she was annoying and all, but don't you think you went a little far? Let's just finish the tour. Asta walks past him and makes it upstairs. Okay, nobles are a big no-no. Got it. Magna thinks as he catches up. Later in the day, Asta's in the forest in front of the base looking for a good training spot, when he senses Noelle's mana signature. Why would she be out here? He asks himself. He hides in the forest as he watches her keep on missing and missing. You can't even back up your attitude, you really are pathetic. He's about to walk away when he hears her say, "One more!" He turns around and sees her heavily breathing with sweat dripping down her face. I'm pathetic? Disgusting? I'll show you all! Asta gets closer to her and sees her try and try to land her target. They keep missing and missing, which makes her fall down to her knees. Tears swell in her eyes. Why can't I do it? Are they right? Am I really pathetic? No, you're not. This surprises both Noelle and Asta as he unconsciously said this while he moved out from the tree. Noelle quickly gets up and readies her arms in front of her. What are you doing? How long have you been watching me? Not long, actually. I came out here to train, but then I sensed you and came to see what you were doing. I'm really surprised that you came out here to train. I didn't expect that. Did you think that someone as pathetic as me shouldn't even bother with training? What? No, of course not. Listen, about what I said. You've said enough, okay? I get it. I'm weak, frail, fragile, no control of my magic, a waste of breath. Asta takes a step forward with a worried look on his face. I never said that, Noelle. Who said that to you? I'll show you all. She shoots out a water ball, but it ends up encompassing her itself. Instead, it starts to flow into the sky as it becomes bigger and bigger. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Asta takes flight and sees that in a short span of time, the water has reached the sides of the base. Hey, kid! Asta turns to see Yami and the other bulls standing in front of the base, which is a mile away. Do something, would you? Already on it, Captain. He turns to the sphere and gains a smirk. This gives me an idea for a spell. The ocean on his head starts to glow as he says, blessed magic, ocean grace, sea serpent. The sphere of water starts to shake and the water shapes itself into a giant sea serpent. It eats Asta and charges at the base. It crashes into the ground right in front of the bulls, which splashes them all with water. 2 seconds later, Asta is seen perfectly dry with a wet Noelle in his hands, who starts to wake up. The tears from earlier stream down her face. Again, it's gonna happen again. Hey, listen, I'm sorry for what I said about you earlier. I was mostly right about you when it comes to your attitude and personality, so I take none of that back. But when it comes to your magic, I take all of that back. You recognize that you're weak and you truly want to get stronger and better yourself. That's a quality I love to see in people. He doesn't know, but he starts to grow a smile as he continues. You want to improve yourself and have the drive to do so. And in fact, looking at you now, I can confidently say that you have the most potential that I've ever seen. Everyone here is brimming with potential, but you're truly a cut above all of them. He looks her in the eyes and holds her tighter. You can truly be incredible, Noelle. All you have to do is never give up, never waver. Always go beyond what you think you can do. Always surpass your limits. Asta looks up to Yami, but Noelle doesn't stop looking at him. I couldn't have said it better myself, kid. You didn't read my mind for any of that, did you? Why would I do that? All I'd see is you wanting to finish your dump or something. The two start to bicker while the other boys agree with what Asta has to say about Noelle, in their own way, of course. Noelle's tears dwindle as he begins to gain a smile. Maybe you guys aren't so bad. Thank you. They all smile at this. You guys are the nicest commoners I know. Almost forgot you were noble. Guess we have to work on that personality too, huh? Noelle becomes an official black bull and Asta reverts the forest back to the way it was in a flash of light. The next day, Asta and Noelle go on their first mission to Satsi village with Magna because of his and Yami's gambling. Are you fellas ready to ride my crazy cyclone? I mean, it looks really cool, but pause? Shut up, Asta. I could never be seen in such a thing, Noelle says. Well, if you two can appreciate such greatness in front of you, then why don't you just fly on your own? Okay. Asta snaps his fingers, and Noelle and Magna begin to levitate as wind forms around them. Whoa, what are you doing, man? I'm making you guys fly. It's certain the time it takes us to get there if we do it like this. You can't just lift us up without asking. Oh, cry me a river, your highness. Asta sprouts white feathered wings from his back and takes off from the base with Magna and Noelle behind him. Soaring at high speeds, the other two have to close their eyes because of the pressure. Slow us down, you brat! You don't even know where you're going! Oh, I already mind, Magna-senpai, so I already know where it is. Why, you little... I just swallowed a bug! Within 2 minutes, the group lands in front of the foggy village. So, what'd you guys think? Did you like it? Would you do it again? I don't think I've ever felt that fast, so... I guess it wasn't that bad? I don't know why I even asked you. What about you, senpai? Magna doesn't respond as he runs off toward the village. The others catch up with him and see the mist covering the entire village. What the hell is this? Asta, can you... Compound magic. Negative arc. They all start to glow with a bright light, and a shroud of reddish black mana surrounds them as in an instant they appear in front of Heath and his men with the townspeople behind them. Now, in case you didn't catch what I did, Asta used negative arc being a orb of light, so he covered him, Magna, and Noelle in light, and then covered that light in anti-magic. So he blitzed through the mist covering the village, and then appeared right in front of the townspeople, which is where he sent the most amount of mana. Yeah. The ice that was charging towards the townsfolk gets negated instantly, and the light blinds Heath. Asta manages to heal everyone behind him in the brief seconds before the light dies down. Just what do you think you're doing? He yells out to them. So fast, everyone thinks. Where'd you come from? What are you doing here? Heath notices the robes they're wearing. Ah, so you're the magic knights, huh? Well, I plan to stick to my schedule, so I'd greatly appreciate it if you were to die for me. He forms icicles around them, aimed at every corner, which frightens the citizens. Miss, please, don't lose against these guys. We're all counting on you, the little girl says, hugging Noelle's legs. Noelle's eyes widen as her grimoire begins to sign. The icicles suddenly explode as they get pierced by water tendrils. These tendrils go on to form a giant dome around the people, as Noel says, "Water magic! Sea Dragon's nest!" The people inside are shocked at the sight. "I'm sorry that we came late, but you don't have to worry. I won't let a single one of you get hurt again." Magna and Asta look back at her in amazement. "What? It'd be disgraceful if I couldn't do this much as a noble," she says with a smirk. "You know, I'm kinda starting to like you more and more." "Cheers to that." Magna agrees with Asta, which causes Noel to blush. "Fire magic! Exploding scattershot!" Magna throws his fireball towards Heath and his men. An ice wall forms in front of them as the fireball makes an impact. As soon as it does, it explodes, which shatters the wall. Many fireballs shoot out from the explosion and successfully hit and capture all of Heath's goons. One of them is able to turn himself into smoke and disappears from the scene, while the other three remain trapped. "Finish him, Asta. Show them what happens when you mess with the Black Bulls." "I won't disappoint you, Senpai. Cursed magic. Inferno Hellblaze." The fire around the goons turn pitch black as spikes shoot out from them and pierce Heath from behind. He vomits blood as he slowly looks up to them. He begins to smirk as he slowly starts to turn into ice. He and the others shatter into pieces, surprising everyone. If they were clones, I would have been able to sense that. Did they just... Those bastards killed themselves? Just what were they after? Magna yells this as we fade to black. The citizens are safe and healed and are happy to see Magna perform so well as Magic Knight. That's when an anti-mana bird comes out of nowhere and lands on Asta's head. What's in its mouth? The bird spits the magic stone into Asta's hands. "That's what they were looking for, that stone!" a villager exclaims. "That thing? Why could they have wanted it? This is a magic stone. I thought you'd know that, but I guess you nobles don't know everything." "Shut up, stupid Asta!" But the question remains though, what did they want with this? The bulls end up leaving a few minutes later and return back to the base in just as fast of time. "Noel, why were you so nice to that kid earlier?" Asta asks this after they have landed and Magna has walked inside. She tilts her head at Asta's question. "Nice? Well, she needed us, and I knew I couldn't let her down, so I tried my best to make her feel safe and secure. I guess because of that I was able to develop my spell and protect everyone. I was just doing what anyone else would do." Asta gains a surprised expression. "What? Is there something on my face? Why are you looking at me like that?" "It's just that I never thought I'd see a noble be so genuinely kind. I knew that not all of you were bad, and it'd be dumb of me to assume that. But just seeing it in front of me, it's kinda off-putting. But it's a feeling I could get used to." He gains a smile. "You know, I'm starting to think that underneath all that arrogance and condescension is a truly kind person. If I'm right, then I'd really love to get to know her, because the more she's out, the more I want to smile, you know? Let me know when she's free, okay? Because I'd love to hang out with her." "I'm going to eat all the food Tommy made for you if you don't hurry your little legs up." "Ah, oh, come on, Magna Senpai, that's just cool. Ow, why are you pecking at me?" Asta runs off the anti-mana bird from earlier on top of his head, leaving Noel by herself. She has a small blush as he slowly gains a smile. As he slowly gains a smile. "It truly is incredible," she thinks. "Oh, snap out of it! He's a commoner, while a very attractive commoner. A commoner nonetheless. A commoner nonetheless. You need to get it together." She shakes her head and runs off into the base. By the end of the week, the bulls get some pretty good news. "Really? A star? We got a star from the Wizard King?" Yeah, we did. Please stop screaming in my ear." Yami peels Asta off of him. "How many stars do we have now?" "With this, we're now at -33. "Why are you saying that so proudly?" Noel screams at Yami. "Oh, calm down. With the worst of the worst, what do you expect? But to put your tiny little minds at ease, here you go." He tosses everyone a bag of money. It's payday, so go out and spend your money or whatever you want to do. But I don't really care. Captain, can I send some over to my family in Haas? Like I said, I don't really care, but sure, I'll do that for you. Thanks! See, that's quite generous of you. But you should save some for yourself, you know? Vanessa walks up to Asta and proposes the idea of going shopping, to which he agrees. Great! And I'll be bringing Noelle too. Maybe you two can get, I don't know, a little closer because of this? Noelle starts to blush like crazy, but Asta just says, that's not likely. Shut up, Asta! Noelle goes to hit him, but he weaves out the way. She keeps trying to hit him, but he keeps dodging. Oh, this is gonna be fun, Vanessa thought to herself. The three of them go out to the shopping center, and Asta is amazed at all the different foods and magic items he sees. Wow, everything here was cooler the second time around. If you think this is great, then just wait till you see this. Vanessa brings them down to the black market, where Asta tries to hide his astonishment so he can blend in more, you know. Oh, how about the swamp? It should help control and form your mana better. If you say so, senpai. Noelle shrugs. Oh, what about this? The two turn to him and see him holding a ring. It has a water symbol in it, and I can sense strong mana from it. Maybe it could boost your reserves. Ow! No, please stop pecking me. Noelle's face goes red and she stammers a bit before accepting it. And when did we decide its name was Nero? That cute little thing needs to be called Sylvie or Sylvan. Yeah, not happening. Just read its mind. It likes Nero. The bird begins to sweat at this, while Noelle brings her head down. Well, what about you, Asta? Anything you've seen that you like? Can't say I found anything, senpai. A lot of things look cool, but they won't really help me in any way. The love commandment in his gauntlet starts to sign. The love commandment in his gauntlet starts to sign as he reveals 7 blades of different shapes and sizes. I don't really need it, as I have all of these. Ah, I see. Well, maybe I could just get you some food then. That would be greatly appreciated. She chuckles at this as they go to head out, but then an old lady gets her post stolen. Someone stop him! Cursed magic, love commandment, rebellion. The 7 blades he was sewing off glow and hawk down the snatcher and pin him to the wall. Asta appears in front of the woman and gives her her purse back. Here you go, ma'am, he says with a smile. Oh, why, thank you, dear. You so are kind. Want me to walk you home so this doesn't happen again? Yeah, I think I'd like that. This voice is so bad. He turns around and yells over, I'll meet you guys back at the base. If you could, please still get me that food, senpai. Vanessa and Noelle smile at this. By the end of the day, Julius turns into his original form and takes his seat in the palace. What a promising young man. I can't wait to see what more he can do. In fact, I think I have the best mission for him to take on. I wonder when I'll be seeing him next. Wow, it's so massive inside. Pause. I never thought I'd see anything like this. For someone so strong, you so are clueless. Oh, shut up, Lux Senpai. Did the Wizard King ask for you personally? No, so I don't want to hear it. Asta, Luck, and Noelle have been sent out to explore a new dungeon the next day. Luck whips his head up and gains lightning boots on his feet. Sorry guys, but I sensed someone really strong ahead. I'm gonna go check it out, so stay safe, okay? He darts off. You're just gonna leave us here? Noelle yells out, but she ends up stepping on a trap in the process. She gets picked up by a giant fly trap and it slowly begins bringing her to her mouth. Asta, help me, please! Oh my god! Oh wow! Oh wow! Are you laughing? Can you help me, please? I can't yell. I'm already pitching my voice so high to make Noelle, so when I try to go even higher than that, like once he's yelling, it just sounds like that, so I'm sorry. And I can't edit anything out because freaking Sale Factory, for some reason, has a limit to how much you can edit out, and I've already done a lot, so. Anyway. Back to the story. Oh, I'm so sorry, Noelle. I'm sorry. I couldn't help myself. The flytrap bursts into black flames, which makes it let go of Noah. Asta flies and catches her. Next time, if you want me to not laugh, then you gotta be careful, okay? He smiles at her, and this makes her heart beat really fast as she gains a blush stronger than ever before. Why do I feel so hot? Why is he so hot? What? Did I just call him hot? I mean, he is good looking, so it's not too insane to say. Wait, what am I saying? I don't like a commoner, do I? Well, he's more than that. A lot more than that. He's... Noelle! Ah! What? Are you good? You've been spaced out for like 3 minutes, and your face was all red, so I was worried. Oh, I'm fine. Don't worry about me. Okay. Anyway, do you want me to... He stops talking as he turns his head to an opening in the dungeon. Oh, that cheeky little bastard. Asta gains a smirk as he dodges a wind blade. What was that? He doesn't answer and just keeps dodging the blades. Hundreds of blades then dart towards him, but instead of actually hitting him, they start to go around him at extremely fast speeds. This is because he's controlling them. They quickly become a tornado around Asta and Noelle. Did you just forget that I could do that? To be entirely honest, yes. Yes, I did. The voice yelling back to Asta is revealed to be Yuno, who is accompanied with Klaus and Mimosa. Good to see you again, little brother, they both say. A moment of silence passes when a sudden dragon twister appears right in front of the Golden Dawn group. Yuno swipes his hand and cancels out the wind, which does surprise Asta. Ah, so you've learned a couple things since we last talked. But it seems you still haven't learned respect for your damn elders, you snot-nosed brat! Whatever do you mean? Yuno responds by flying down on an eagle. You know damn well what I mean. You know damn well what I mean. Just because you're 2 inches taller than me, you think you're better than me? Hey, your words, not mine. Why, you little... The two turn to see Klaus and Mimosa. How am I gonna do this nigga's voice? Now, I see. Now I don't know why you've done this, you know. But in case you're somehow unaware, these are the black bulls you're speaking to. Black bulls, you know, the worst this kingdom has to offer. I'm not gonna ask why you've decided to talk to these scum, but I will ask why the two of you are here. He takes a good look at Asta and Noelle's clothes and scoffs. Oh wow, I didn't think it'd be possible for members of nobility to be seen in such rags. Just how far have you fallen? You know? Yeah, I gotcha. Klaus, this is my brother, Asta. You know, the man who grew up with me in my orphanage from Haas. The man who got offers from every Magic Knight squad. The man who chose to be on the Black Bulls. The man with 15 grimoires. You know? That, Asta. Klaus takes a step back. What? So you're the boy who took the realms? They turn to Mimosa. Oh, sorry. That's what people have been calling you, and it just kinda slipped out. She looks to Noelle, who's still in Asta's arms while Noelle's arms are around his neck, you know. Like he's carrying her bridal style. Mimosa gains a bright blush, and so does Noelle when she realizes the same thing. Oh yeah, I was gonna ask you earlier, did you want me to let go of you? Yes, please! She quickly gets off Asta and runs to Mimosa, where they proceed to talk about bullies and how their lives have been since joining squads. Yuno and Asta talk about their experiences in the best and worst squads respectively. We've already gotten a star from the Wizard King himself. Don't feel too bad if it takes you guys a while to get there, okay? Oh my poor, dumb, sweet little brother. We've also gotten a star from the Wizard King on our first mission as well. It seems we're even in this, but don't you worry your little head. I'll widen the gap soon enough. Yuno gains a tick mark at this and is about to rebuttal when Klaus suddenly explodes. I refuse! Everyone turns to him I refuse to accept you. Boy who took the realms, asked by every squad, chose to be on the Bulls. I accept none of it. No matter what, you're still a commoner, and that's what you'll be till the day you die, nigga. Okay, well, he doesn't say that, but... Before either Asta or Yuno could snap at him, something that no one would have expected happened. Noel walks up and slaps Klaus across the face. His glasses hit the floor as he looks back in anger. Just what are you doing? You're a member of the Silver family. You should agree with me the most. Not another word. Don't you say another word. You act all high and mighty and lord your wealth and status over others, but if you were of any class, no, if you had any type of respect in your body, then you'd know that that's absolutely wrong. Please, enlighten us. Why do you feel superior to him? Because of the family he was born in? Because the people around you told you that he's beneath you? When are you going to wake up and decide things for yourself? Decide things with your own logic and reasoning, and not just go along mindlessly with what everyone else thinks. Take it from someone who was exactly like you not too long ago. Your ideology about commoners and nobles and just people in general is false. If you don't give people the chance to show how they really are, then why should they do the same for you? I know that somewhere underneath all that arrogance and condescension is a kind and genuine person. But if you never let people see that person, they won't see anything but the worst of you, and trust me, that's not something you want. If for whatever reason, you don't want to listen to me and you truly believe what you've been force-fed since birth, then let today be an example. Let's make it a competition to see who can get inside the treasure room first. If you guys do, then you can stay blissfully ignorant. But when we win, you have to acknowledge what I've said, acknowledge him as a person. She points to Asta as she finishes her speech. She doesn't wait for any response before she walks to Asta. Come on, let's go. We have no time to waste. Couldn't agree with you more. See you later, you know. Asta starts to levitate as he grabs Noel's hand, who blesses from this. She hops onto his back and the two of them blast away, leaving a silenced golden dawn. I told you. When we meet Asta, big things will happen. Yuno walks off with Mimosa looking at Klaus worriedly before catching up to him. Klaus stays put for a moment before picking up his glasses, putting them back on, and catching up to the two. Sorry for that, water break. No cuts, remember? Yeah. Hey, Noel. Why did you, before he can finish, he senses Luck engaged in battle. I'll ask you about that later. Now we need to go help Luck-senpai. In a blink of an eye, Asta appears right in between Luck and Lotus. Noel gets off his back and turns around and sends a sea dragon's roar straight to Lotus's face. He's able to narrowly dodge out of the way as he disappears in the smoke. He's literally ducking smoke. Luck-senpai, are you okay? I have to win, I have to win, I have to win. Why'd you get in the way? I don't need your help. Luck, what are you talking about? I can win on my own. I can win on my own. I can win. Luck, snap out of it! Asta grabs Luck and shakes him. What do you mean? You don't have to do this by yourself. We're friends, aren't we? We help each other whenever we need it. So let us help you, okay? Luck's eyes widen as those words truly sink in. Of course we're friends. Oh gosh, what was I thinking? He shakes his head and says, Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry for scaring you guys like that. But let's beat this guy together. Oh, Asta already took care of that. What? Yeah, while we were talking, I kinda sent an arc to follow him and explode on an impact and had it covered with wind to soften the noise. But everything I said about needing help still applies, okay? Luck smacks Asta on the head to which a lump forms. They both then shoot their heads up. This mana. You feel it too, Asta? Oh yeah, I could never forget this mana. But it's grown a lot since the last time I felt it. Damn it. Why? Why won't you just go down already? Why is it my fault that you're too slow? Yuno asks the infuriated Mars as he keeps effortlessly effortlessly avoiding all of his attacks while also fending off anything he tries to throw at Mimosa and Klaus. This can't be. Klaus, I'd honestly expect something like this from his brother, but for him himself to be so powerful, it's unheard of. It doesn't make sense. I'll show him. I'll show you the might of the Golden Dawn! Finishing his thoughts out loud, Klaus charges multiple steel lances at Mars, who is able to avoid all of them with ease and even jumps on top one of them. But when he does that, they all get cut into several pieces by Yuno. Those pieces then get used to form a giant tornado. Wind magic. Scatter shot! The tornado of wind blades and torn metal spins wildly as it begins to unleash the contents within it. Excuse me. They all manage to pierce Mars through his chest and legs, which causes him to fall flat on his face. The barrage doesn't stop as wind and metal is sent destroying all of his clones and mana creations before the tornado itself takes the form of a giant eagle and charges Mars and slams right into him, knocking him out. The eagle slowly turns into chains of wind that restrain Mars. Well, that wasn't too boring, I guess. So I can be thankful for that. Otherwise, a major disappointment, dude. Yuno flies down to the ground and lands beside Klaus. Next time, don't let your emotions get the better of you, Sir Klaus. He walks past him, with Mimosa walking up to heal him if he needs it. No, I'm fine. I appreciate the concern. The two of them get up and walk next to Yuno. Even though he wanted to prove a point, it does feel pretty good to be Asta in something. Yuno says as he opens the chambers. As he does that, a bright flash of light is shone, which forces them to cover their eyes. I've never been in a treasure room with so much light. The mana is so strong, I wonder what could be inside. This mana feels... Wait. Oh, come on, no! Yuno tries to move inside, but the light is actually pushing him back, so he covers himself in wind and blasts off into the room. When he does, he lands on the hard ground as the light stops. So close. Yuno slowly looks up to see Luck, Noel, and Asta in front of him, yet so far away. You suck, you know that? So I've been told. Asta helps him up as Klaus and Mimosa walk in. How'd you guys get here before us? Well, you see, these two idiots sensed you guys over here, so we came in here to find Yuno fighting that diamond mage. We would have stepped in, but Asta was confident Yuno had it handled, and he did. So when you guys opened the door, we came in at the last second. And I did specifically say who got inside first would win, so she looks to Klaus. You now have to acknowledge your faults and try to be better. Klaus goes to respond, but a sudden explosion of mana is felt. They all turn to Mars, slowly getting up, his mana being twice as strong. I am not done with you! Okay. Curse magic. Wedison's commandment, Hellfire Bird. With a flick of the wrist, Asta sends out a bird of flame straight to Mars's chest, and it sends him flying back into the wall. It then explodes, which makes a giant smoke cloud that fills the outside of the treasure room. Anyway, let's get on with this treasure. He casually turns around and walks to a sword that interests him. Unbeknownst to him, everyone behind him was shocked. I mean, I didn't struggle at all against him, but to one-shot him after he doubled his power? That's unbelievable, Klaus whispers. They're able to get past the shock and loot the treasure room. Yuno gets a scroll that says weird text before his grimoire starts to glow and the text vanishes. They all have to leave soon because the explosion from earlier causes the entire dungeon to cave in on itself. Just how strong was that damn bird? I don't know, man. I guess I don't know my own strength. I promise you are not like that. What'd you say to me? The brothers bicker like this until they get outside safely. They see Lotus and his men carrying Mars. They stop in fear. Just go. I'm not strong enough to pose any type of threat to our kingdom. The diamond made just leave at Yuna's words. Asta, Yuna. Wait, no, Klaus. You peasants. Asta, Yuna. The two turn around to look at Klaus, who's looking down. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for the way I've acted toward you two. Clearly you two far surpass me, and not just in strength. I don't deserve to call myself noble after what I've done and said to you, so I deeply apologize. He bows to them as Asta and Yuna look at each other, then back at him. Oh, no worries, man. It's all good. What? Just like that? Noelle screams at Yuna. While I'm deeply grateful for that, I must ask why. Just recognizing that you were wrong and wanting to change is more than what any other noble would have done. I'm really happy to see that you've changed, and I can't wait to see what you'll do from here, Asta says with a bright smile that makes both girls blush. Here, we'll have a fade to black. The next day, both trios get called down to the Wizard King's castle. Good morning, Black Bulls! Klaus says bang to them. A complete 180? Everyone thinks. Glad to see you're already being peppier, Asta says. On the way to the castle, Asta, Yuna, and Klaus talk about Yuna's tremendous growth since the entrance exams. And Noelle and Mosa discuss their sad feelings toward Asta, with neither one wanting to give up on the chase. When they get to the castle, they are greeted by Julius and Max. Everyone but Asta and Yuna bow on sight. Huh? What are you guys doing? You know! You boast about being the Wizard King, but you don't even realize when you're standing in front of one? Yuna's eyes widen at Klaus's words and immediately bows, but Asta remains standing. Asta, what are you doing? It's all good. Me and Julius are bros. Asta and Julius step each other up, to the amazement of everyone witnessing. Sir, how many times have I told you about being so casual? It's fine, Max. As Asta said, we're cool. So there's no need for all those formalities. And that goes for all of you too. You flatter me so, but please raise your heads. They stand up straight, but immediately grabs Asta and asks, how are you friends with the Wizard King? What, you jealous that I'm so much closer than you are? Why, you little... Gentlemen, please be calm, Julia says, putting a hand on both their shoulders. I've known about Asta since the entrance exams. I was just too fascinated by his magic and needed to learn more, so I've had him visit the castle ever since to show off some of his grimoires and spells and exactly, get a grip on what his magic is. Which actually reminds me, sorry, not today, sir. I don't really feel like showing off. Party pooper. Julius puts his head down in sadness as the others are surprised at the action. As they head inside, Julius lets both Yuna and Asta know that to be Wizard King, one needs results and merit. They make their way into the ceremony and watch the promotions take place. All but Julius attend the banquet. Okay, now sorry about that. This is the part I've been waiting for. Within the hall, Asta and Yuna get a variety of glances and whispers about them. Commoners, they at least know how to dine. How are they able to impress the Wizard King? The boy who shook the realms, please. Nothing more than a few parlor tricks. A four-leaf? But he doesn't even know how to use it properly. Klaus and Mimosa begin to sweat a little, but these words wouldn't phase Asta and Yuna as they continue to eat. Yo, what'd you get, Yuna? I got a steak, just like you. Are you sure? Cause for some reason, yours looks extra tasty. Touch my food, and I'll drop kick you back to Hodge, you gremlin. Oh, you wanna go, mister? Before they could continue, a sudden scream was heard throughout the hall. Everyone turns to see Noelle covered in water in front of her siblings. Oh my, simply pathetic of you to make such a deal from spilt milk. Truly embarrassing. Should you even be here? Why would someone as worthless as you possibly think that you had a right in staying? Solid, I just thought that... Thought what? Because your teammate got a little lucky that you could ride on his coattails? Please don't make me laugh. Wait. Way too late for that. Nozel stands up and walks to her. Do us all a favor and leave at once. No one wants to gaze upon such a disgusting excuse for a noble. Mother would be so disappointed. With tears swelling in her eyes, Noelle slowly turns around and begins to walk to the door. Her eyes are too clouded and her mind is filled with self-deprecating thoughts, so she doesn't notice when someone goes to stand in front of her. Just where do you think you're going? She looks up to see Asta in front of her. Asta, don't tell me you're actually letting those guys get to you. I thought you were stronger than this. Aren't you a proud member of the Silver family? But they're right. I don't deserve to be here. I'm just a nuisance. He gently grabs her hands and starts to caress them. Now you look at me, okay? Every single thing they said about you was wrong. Despite the fact that they're your siblings, they couldn't be further from knowing who you truly are. The Noelle I know is strong. She's confident, powerful, intelligent, and one of the kindest people I've ever seen. The Noelle I know was able to realize her mistakes and swiftly make up for them by trying to be better. The Noelle I know was able to turn an arrogant and disgusting noble like Klaus into someone who sees people for who they really are and wants to help everyone. Before I joined, I despised nobles because of how they acted and their self-proclaimed superiority. But after meeting you, I was able to see that not all of them are as bad as I thought. It's because of you that I've been able to put my own biases aside no matter what the situation. It's because of you that I've been able to see who a person truly is underneath what they're showing. He brings her hands up and closer to him. Noelle Silva, it's because of you that I've been able to smile again. Thank you. Thank you for what you've done for me. Tears are streaming down her face at his words. You gave me faith, Noelle, and for that, I thank you. He wipes away her tears and gives her the brightest smile she's ever seen. He brings her into a hug, which she reciprocates, and both of them hold each other tightly. Oh, please! Don't tell me you're believing anything he's saying, do you? You're a kind person. You're better than the rest of us. You gave me faith. Ha! What a load of crap. If you believe any of what he said, then you're even more foolish than I thought. Asta's grip on Noelle gets tighter as his smile slowly fades. He lets Noelle go, which makes her really upset, but when she sees his face, she gets concerned. Asta, are you okay? He gains his smile back. Don't worry about me. I just have to take care of something, then we can go home. He looks up to Solid. Say another word about Noelle. Ooh, I'm so scared. What are you gonna do about it, commoner? You're not even close to my level. At that comment, Solid turns completely into stone to the shock of everyone. Cursed magic, commandment of truth. Those who lie in my presence will be turned to stone. It doesn't matter whether or not he believed it to be a lie. What did you do to my brother? Nebula shouts as she readies her hands and tries to shoot out a blast of mist. She tries and tries, grunting each time, and actually starts to sweat. Why can't I do anything? Cursed magic, commandment of love. Those who hold hate within their heart towards me or anyone I choose cannot perform attacks. This is ridiculous, Alec says. He captures Asta in a prison made of sand. A moment of silence passes as Solid gets freed from the stone and Nebula feels her hands, able to use mana again. Solid, are you okay? Gasping for air, Solid can barely speak as he's on his knees. Pause. How pathetic. Looks like in the end, those were truly nothing more than politics. Alec turns around and walks back to his seat. As he does this, The sand prison crumbles to the ground and Asta is revealed. Cursed magic, commandment of piety. Anyone who turns their back to me will be under my control. Now, come here, Sir Alec-Dora. Despite the resistance he tries to put up, he obeys Asta and bows before him. You truly believe that my curse could be stopped by a mere prison of your sand? How arrogant of you! You know, it's people like you that made me hate nobles in the first place. Really? Well, let's see if there's anything you can do to me. Nozel steps in front of Asta and a massive pressure fills the room. Asta smirks as he decks Nozel in the face. Nozel spits out blood, but doesn't move from his position when suddenly, he's blasted across the room and slams into his siblings. Curse magic. Commitment of patience. Those who sow an intolerance to pain will be inflicted with even more pain, up to 10 times the amount. Now, is there anyone else who'd like to step up? Anyone else who'd want to put a dirty commoner like me in my place? Asta kicks Alec-Dora's face before stomping him into the ground. He spits on him as a dark aura begins to surround him. What? All of you want to be quiet now? After years of never holding your tongue? Please, by all means, say something! If you're mad about it, then come at me! I'll take you all on, right here, right now! Come out! Now! Asta gets punched in the back of the head. He slowly turns to see a worried Noel. Asta, please, you've done enough. I'm fine, everything's fine. Let's just go home, like you said, okay? The aura dissipates as the mark forming on Asta's head reverts back. Yeah, you're right. Sorry for getting a little carried away. He then whips his head towards the windows. Asta? He sprouts wings of black as he begins to fly. The capital is under attack. The capital is under attack. He darts out the window with no more words being said. Asta! Klaus yells out, but to his surprise, Noel and Yuno jump out the window right after him. That's when a guard comes in and yells to the others that the capital really is under attack. What if Asta was chosen from birth? Chapter 2, You Gave Me Faith. End. Okay, well, that's the end of the chapter, as you've just heard me say. And oh wow, that took me a while to write. Like ever since I uploaded my first video, like I finished writing this today, and ever since I uploaded like the first part to the series, I've been writing it. And you know, adding that on top of track and school, and you know, just like chilling, you know, it has taken me a while. But I don't know if I'm going to have a like upload schedule at all. I think I'm just gonna write whenever I can and record whenever I can and just post it in the same day when I record, hopefully. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you've made it this far, I want to say thank you. I hope you've appreciated my Storm Connections gameplay. I'm not that bad, but I'm kind of bummy, but yeah. Sorry about any like weird cuts or anything like that, because I'm trying my best to like stay concise and like talk slow and like say my words so that you can actually understand them, because I can't say half the words in the English dictionary. But that clearly didn't work out because I reached the freaking factory limit. So yeah, I'm sorry for anything like that. I'm sorry for the outtakes, well, what would have been outtakes, but because Sierra Factory once again sucks, they're not outtakes. I'm sorry for you hearing those, and I hope that I'll continue to do better. I'll continue to improve and do better is what I mean. And I hope that you've genuinely enjoyed this, and thank you for watching, seriously. This is really fun to record. It's kinda gets boring to write sometimes, but sitting down and recording that truly is fun. I'm running out of time here, so I'm gonna leave you off of this. Leave you off of that, nah. Hope you've enjoyed the video, and until next time, Noob out. And don't forget, Jesus loves you. God loves you. Never forget that. Y'all can always turn to him, you know? Peace!